What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Thing Goes back again, here to talk about Crash Bandicoot 4. It's about time. One more time. Yeah, you already know, man. I'm really excited for this game, and I'm seeing a lot of other people are very excited as well, especially Crash Bandicoot fans, man. Yesterday was an amazing day for Crash Bandicoot fans. We finally got some confirmation to a game that should have came out years ago. But you know what they say, man? Sometimes patience is always best. All these years, all this time, all these Crash games in between, it doesn't matter because we're getting the official fourth game, the official sequel to Crash Bandicoot 3 Warped. And I like how in the trailer they also acknowledge it with a meta joke saying that pretty much they're acknowledging that all of the games that came in between the Naughty Dog era versus now is just irrelevant. And it's fun. And you know what? I don't even want to say Naughty Dog's name, but Naughty Dog was very different back in that time. So I don't want y'all to, when I say Naughty Dog, I don't want y'all to think of current Naughty Dog and Neil Druckmann, The Last of Us Part 2. Like, this is a positive video. I'm not even going to worry about that. But anyway, point I'm trying to make. Crash! Okay, so they showed us the trailer for Crash Bandicoot 4 It's About Time yesterday. And what an amazing trailer it was. So what I wanted to do today, let's talk about some of the stuff that I really liked in the trailer. You know, after my mom and my brother picked me up from the hospital from nearly passing out and being near death just because of the sheer excitement that I expressed from watching that video. I felt like my heart stopped, bro. But yeah, after I got back from the hospital and everything, I watched the trailer again. Then I went back to the hospital and I came back again. But anyway, after that, I really got to look through the trailer, man. And then I saw some gameplay clips as well. They released like, I think, 3 different gameplay snippets. And they showed us gameplay from like this ice Arctic like level, like the Crash is real. They always do like the little element levels. They always do like levels in fire and ice and like the jungle, the typical platforming fare, but with its own little flavor. And we also got some gameplay that they showed us. Looked like Crash Bandicoot when Coco was going like through some kind of futuristic like laboratory or maybe like a space station or something like that. I'm not exactly sure, man, but it looked dope. And then we got like another one that looked like they was running through kind of like an industrial type factory type level, and you know what I'm saying, like maybe it was a lot of robots and rust, fire being spewed. Crash, you got to see him display a lot of his new moves, which I'm also about to go into detail with that I thought was very interesting. Now you see the different masks on display. Now what I saw was 3. No, I saw 3 all together in the trailer. You saw one that was kind of bluish, looked like maybe it has something to do with ice or water, and he was the one who actually talked to Crash and Coco at the end of the trailer and asked them how many times they fought Cortex, and then they was like, just 3, and he was like, really? I thought it was more than that, seemed like more. He had a real funny line. He looked like he was going to be very humorous. He was screaming while running next to Crash while they was running away from like this huge ice creature, ice spirit, so I'm very interested to see how they do the cutscenes, the overall dialogue, and the interaction between the characters. It looks like it's going to have a lot more, but not too much. Like it's going to be very natural, but very humorous, with a Saturday morning cartoon type vibe. But sometimes the older Crash Bandicoot games, they went a little bit too far into the comedy. Now I didn't mind it, but I know it could be a little off-putting for people. Like I know sometimes the older Crash games was a little too much in the comedy to where like some of the jokes would land or not land, or it would just feel a little weird, maybe a little too off for Crash. Like for example, Crash of the Titans or Crash Mind Over Mutant, or maybe even Crash Twin Sanity. But I liked all those, but it seems like with this game they're going to find a good balance into mixing like funny dialogue, character interactions, and gameplay without overdoing either one, like a well balance between the 3. And yeah, so I'm not sure what the ice mask can do, but it does seem like from the trailer that maybe you'll have the power to, of course, freeze things. But I saw that Crash was like jumping on these platforms, and it looked like maybe he was freezing them in place. Like maybe it was like it looked like some water, right? Like some water platforms that he couldn't land on at first, but maybe when you press the right button, you can freeze them and it'll become solid and he can land on them. I saw something like that. The trailer was going by, so much stuff rushing by, so I really had to rewatch it a few times to really notice all these things. Another thing that I saw that I liked was the mask, is it Lena or Luna mask? You see that Crash, he gets like this costume when he puts it on. All of them have like different costumes that they give him when he like wears them or put them on. Looks like he puts them on like a backpack, and they create this costume that goes across his body, hence giving him the powers. And this one the Lunar mask, it seems like she can control time. So he actually went through this one area that had these whips going super fast, like in this jungle, and he slowed down time, and he was able to jump through it no problem. And also, that was in the trailer, but on the level that they showed a little gameplay clip of, in the Arctic level, there was like a waterfall with ice blocks falling down the waterfall, and he slowed down time to be able to jump on the ice blocks to platform to the other side. So I thought that was very unique as well. So yes, what I like about this game is that they're keeping it the same. That's another thing that I wanted to point out. The structure of the game overall seems to be the same as the original trilogy. I was wondering about that when I made my initial leak video, when I saw the leak image and I was excited about the game coming out. I was speculating on, what is the game going to be like? Is it going to be 3D? Is it going to be the traditional 2.5D going forward and back and to the side, you know, like what Crash is known for in the originals? Or are they going to try to do like a more open world 3D adventure type game like what Twin Sanity did? Or are they just going to try to reboot the whole gameplay formula overall, create something new? I just was interested if it was going to be more linear or more open world. Now, what I prefer in Crash Bandicoot is the more traditional, accessible, original, super, you know, like linear, but very tight platforming gameplay that has a lot of room for, you know, different elements to be added, secrets, and you can do a lot with that concept. The beautiful thing I love about Crash Bandicoot is that it's so simple, yet it's complex at the same time, and it's just enough to make you have, like, a lot of fun, and keep you coming back for more, to try to see what more you can do with the tools and stuff that you have at your disposal. And it seems like they're adding on to that, but they're not just overwhelming us. You know what I'm saying? They're just honing on the stuff that's already worked, and they're making sure that it's brushed up, it's fresh, and it's better than it's ever been. And they're adding on to that, and you get to see more of that when, like, you see how the mask add to the platforming elements, like I said, with the ice mask, or with the lunar mask, or my favorite mask that I saw. I don't know the name of this mask yet. I should have did the research before I made this video. I'm sorry, but it's like this green mask that you see in the trailer. And also in the second clip of gameplay they show of like the space station or whatever, this mask is very cool and I really like it. So when Crash or Coco, I haven't mentioned Coco, but I'm going to get to that. But when Crash and Coco, they put on this mask, she's able to use it too, the mask. It seems like it inverts everything. Like, now, I don't know if Crash is able to run on the walls when he doesn't have this mask on. It looks like he might be able to, because I saw him do it when he didn't have his costume on. But yeah, it seems like this mask will allow you to actually invert everything. Like, you'll be able to run on the ceiling and on the floor, you know, kind of like magnets. You know, like you'll be magnetized to the ceiling, but the platforming looks like it stays the same. I don't know if the controls will be inverted or anything. My brother told me that'd be pretty cool if they inverted the controls, you know, just to make it that much more difficult. But Crash don't need to be much more harder than it need to be, but it would be cool though. But yeah, so you get to see they have boxes and everything set up on the ceiling. So Crash really does, everything really does switch, and he has to, you know, go on the ceiling, and he jumps and he slides, all the same moves that he would have if he was running, you know, upright, but he's doing it upside down. And the cool thing is there's these hazards and lasers and stuff in the way, like traditional platforming fare, but you have to dodge it by doing the upside down. It looks like it's like a button that you press to just constantly switch from going upside down and then coming back upright, and going upside down and then coming upright. So there was a lot of cool little platforming maneuvers that I saw with that move implemented, and that's another thing that I'm talking about with how they're adding an extra layer of complexity in a simple way, but still yet complex with how they're doing the platforming. You know what I mean? You still do the same stuff like you would do in every other Crash game, but they're just adding an extra layer of complexity to it just to make it that much more fleshed out and fun. So you have the ice mask that lets you freeze stuff and jump on it. You have the lunar mask that have you slowing and speeding up time to be able to get past stuff. And then they showed the other mask, the green magnetized mask, that's what I'm gonna call it for now, that has you running on the ceiling, running on the ground and stuff like that. Now, I didn't see any other mask displayed, but I know they have more. I see like 4 masks on the cover of the case. It's probably gonna be more, who knows? I'm not sure what they're gonna do with it, but what I want to know is, are they going to have like multiple powers each? Are there going to be power-ups, anything like that? That would be cool. I'm interested to see like how far they take it. Now about how they got these levels. The levels look like they're laid out exactly like traditional Crash Bandicoot levels, but they just have like a bigger scope. Like they're wider. They have much more going on, and it's cool how the characters kind of interact with things that are going on screen. Like you saw Crash trying to run past this ship, and then the ship exploded right in front of him, changing the environment. So he had to adapt accordingly, and then you get to see how he implements his new moves, like I said, running on the walls, sliding on this rail, similar to what Ratchet and Clank can do, but he also does this cool thing that makes it even doper, where he can fly underneath it and start sliding on his hands to dodge hazards above and underneath him. So, you know, it just seems like they're just adding a lot more stuff on top of the mask as well to Crash is just, you know, his simple, like his original move set without even using the mask, to also add like a greater layer of complexity to the whole thing. So I'm really interested to see what new moves he has. I mean, other than seeing him swing from ropes and grind on rails and also slide on them like that, and also running on walls, those are the 4 new moves I saw Crash doing. I feel like he's going to have a lot more to offer as well, along with the mask. So I'm really looking forward to see what more they do with this. Coco's design, I will admit, I didn't really like it at first, but it grew on me after I watched it a while. I know she was running fast as fuck in this trailer. I ain't see no Lena Lunar mask on her either. They must have been speed running because she was balling. But I really like her I really like her design, and it looks like she moves a lot more fluid and a lot more in tune with Crash. Like, it seems like they made them pretty much move exactly the same, which is kind of like what they did in the Insane trilogy. But it would be cool to see if Coco has her own unique moves and you know, move set to differ from Crash Bandicoot, to give you a reason to want to play as her over Crash or to play as Crash over Coco. So I would like to see that as well. But it seems that she can use all the same mask that Crash does with the same powers. I don't know if they'll differ when they wear the mask or what, but from what I saw, it seems like for the most part they'll be able to do the same things. But yeah, overall, I'm really excited for Crash Bandicoot 4. It's about time. Took so long for this game to come out, and the fact that it actually has a trailer and that it's coming, and it's coming on October 2nd this year. God, it's really hard to believe, man. I'm still trying to believe it right now. Like I said, I've been telling my brother and my mom and my dad about this ever since I was a wee boy, a wee little boy. I've been talking about how they need to make another Crash Bandicoot game and how I feel like this character is so dope, and we need to get another amazing Crash Bandicoot game. Not one that's just under the radar that only a couple of people like in the fan base. No, Crash needs to be world renowned. He needs to have millions of people playing him, millions of people loving him, because he's just that good and he deserves it. And it's just great to see Crash coming back on top, getting back into the spotlight, and having people see that he has and has always been #1. First game to come out on the PlayStation. First game I ever played in my life, and it's just good to see him back on top. And I can't wait to play this game, man. It looks amazing. I'm super excited, man. So let me know what you think might be happening in this game, what you think they might add, what you think they might do, what you would like to see. Comment below, you know what I'm saying? Let me know what you think about this video. Like, dislike it, man. Whatever you want to do. Hit that bell to be notified when I make more videos like this one. And yeah, I hope you're having a good day, night, wherever you are. And until next time, guys. October 2nd can't come soon enough. Wow!